Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to be learn about the hash table in Java. Before proceeding with the hash table, we just need to know what is hashing. So the algorithm that calculates a fixed size bit value of a given resource means a block of data. It's called hashing. Hashing is transformation of a string of characters into a usually shorter shorter fixed length value or a key that represent the original string. Hashing is used to index and retrieve items in the database because it is faster to find the item using the shorter hash key than to find it using the original value. So, hashing is also a unidirectional process too, so you can never work backward to get back the original data with it. Hashing functions that does not do this is considered to have the poor randomizations which would be easy to break the hacker. A hash is usually a hexadecimal string to several characters. A hash algorithms can only be considered good and acceptable if it can offer a very low chance of collisions. Then here why we need hash algorithm. If you are transferring a file from one computer to the another computer, how do you ensure that the copied file is the same as a source file? One method you could use, which is called hashing, which is initially a process that translates information about the file into the code. Two hash value of the original file and its copy can be compared to ensure that the file are equal. Here I tell you what are the benefits of the hashing. One main use of a hashing is to compare two files for equality without opening two documents files to compare them word for word. The calculated hash value of these files will allow the owner the owner to know immediately if they are different. Hashing is also used to verify the integrity of a file after it has been transferred from one place to another place. Typically, it in typically in a file backup program like synchronization back. To ensure that the transfer file is not corrupt, a user can compare the hash value of the both files. If they are the same, then the transferred file is an identical copy. How many types of hashings in Java? There are many different types of hashing algorithms such like Tiger, XX hash, and more. But the most common types of hashing used for file integrity checks are MD5 and SHA1 and SRC32. MD5 hash functions encodes a string of information and encodes it into the 128 bits like fingerprint. One MD5 is often used as a checksum to verify data integrity. However, due to its age, MD5 is also known to suffer from extensive hash cohesion, and but it is still one of the most widely used algorithm in the world. SHA1 is developed by the National Security Agency like NSA. It is a cryptographic hash function. Result from SHA1 are compressed as a 160 byte hexadecimal number. This hash function is widely considered to successor to MD5. Now we just come to the SRC32 hash function. A cyclic redundancy check means SRC is an error detecting node often used for deletion of the accidental change to the data. Encoding the same data string using SRC32 will always result in the same hash output. Thus, CRC32 is sometimes used as a hash algorithm for file integrity check. Now we just see the hash table. Hashing is a technique that is used to uniquely identify a specific object from the group of similar objects. Here are some examples of the hashing which are used in our life. First one is in a university, each student is assigned a unique roll number. You can know that. So that can be used to retrieve the information about them. In libraries, each book is assigned a unique number that can be used to determine information about the book, such as its extract position in the library or the user it has been issued to it, etc. In both these examples, the student and the books are hashed to a unique number. Assume that you have an object and you want to assign a key to it to make searching easily. To store the key value pairs, you can use a simple array like a data structure where key integer can be used directly as an index to store the value. However, in this case, there where the keys are large and cannot be used directly in the index, you should use hashing to it. In hashing, large keys are converted into the small keys. Like you can change the string into the keys. So for that purpose, we are using the hash functions to it. The values are then stored in a Java data structures, which is called the hash tables. The idea of the hashing is to distribute entries keys values pair uniformly across an array. Each element is assigned a key, which are converted key. By using that key, you can access the element in O one time. Using the key, the algorithm hash functions compute an index that suggests where an entry can be found or inserted. There are two ways to implement the hash. First one is an implement is into an integer by using a hash function. This element can be used as an index to the store the original element which fall into the hash table. The second number is the implement is stored in the hash table where it can be quickly retrieved using hash key. Hash or hash key, which is what is a hash key here? So it's hash which is equal to hash function and which is the function key here. So this is the hash function here. Then you can write the index which is equal to hash and then the modulus of array size. Okay, so here I'll tell you what is hash function. A hash function is any function that can be used to map a data set of an arbitrary size to a data set of a fixed size which falls into the hash table. The value returned by a hash functions are called hash values, hash codes, or hash sums, or simply hashes. Here a term used which is hash map and hash tables. What is hash map? Hash map is a map based collection class that is used for storing the key and values pair. It is denoted by hash map, which have the key value or like map hash map, which is key value of like here k and v. It does not sort the stored key and the value. You must need to import java.util.hashmap library in it, or it is superclass in order to use the hashmap class and the method. Now the question here is, what is the difference between hash map and hash table? Hash map and hash table both stores key value pair in hash table. When using a hash table or hash map, we specify an object that is used a key and the value that you want linked to that key. The key is then hashed, and the resulting hash code is used as an index at which the value is stored within the table. Here we have an example of hash map and hash table. So here, yes. So here you can see we have the data here and the hash function here. Our data name is foxed and we want to send this file to our this customer. So for security reason, and we just maintain our integrity in here. So that case, I'm just using the hash function for it. So from that data, it will make a key through hash functions, and then it will send through the cloud network to our user or where we want to send that data. You can see here this is a text, then it will change to the hash with the help of the hash function, and it will make a hexadecimal key. It will use MD5 algorithm to it or SHA1. So that will make the key to the hash functions, and then it will decrypt that document and send it to the media. Here we have one another example of this hashing. So we have the keys, then we have the table and the key value pairs. So what does hash do here? So this is the key. So with the help of hash functions, we just make that key to the uh, with the help of that functions, we just make this key, this data from key, convert data from key. So you can see we have the Sam Taylor, and then the key of the Sam Taylor here is 48625 and 13. So this is the hash function. Now we just go to the example of the hash table. So first of all, I just import a library which is java.util, and now I just come to the main method. So public static void main, and then string and arguments. Okay, now here I just create a hash map first. So here I just write hash table and balance, which is equal to new hash table. So I just create a hash map and then enumerate. So enumerations, which are the names here, and then a string, which is the str. Now here I just write double which is BAL, and this is a variable of the BAL here. Now here I just write balance. So the variable here is balance. Okay, so, not a variable, it's an object which is balance. So balance dot put. So put is a method here. So here I just write my, and my name here is Fayaz. Okay, and then we just go to the new, and here I just write double, and then 3256 point this value. So the value to my name here is this one, 3256.56565. Now balance dot put. So put is a hashable key here, and he just want the key, so I just write Khan, and then the value. So the value here is new and double, and then 156.23. Now balance dot put. So it's balance, which is an object here, and then put, and here I just write Daisy. Okay, and which is new and double, and 20232.65. So 65. So I just remove this, so 60. Okay, because it's a double here. So we also give minus value to it. So here I just write a name which is flower. So flower here, and then now I just write double, and the new, which is double, and the value here is minus 20.09. Now I just show all the balance here in the hash tables. Now names, which is equal to balance and balance dot keys. So here I just use this double with the capital D and D and D. Okay, now this is for hash table to show the balance in hash table. Okay, now it's a balance here. Okay, so I just use while loop, and then names dot has more elements, and then str, which is equal to a string, and it's a string, and then which are names dot next element, which is enumerations here. Now system dot out dot print line, and the print line here is str plus, and then here is a string, and the plus concatenations of balance. Okay, so balance dot get and balance dot get. So this is an object key which I just passed the parameters as a string. Now system dot out dot print line, and the print line is empty, and now here I just deposit 1000 into the Fayaz string, this one. So here I just write balance, balance, and balance which is equal to double, and here I just write balance dot get, and the get here is Fayaz. So dot and then double value, and now here I just write balance dot put where Fayaz is new and double, and then balance which is additions of 1000, and here system dot out dot print line, and the print line here is Fayaz new balance is, and then concatenate balance dot get, and here I just write Fayaz, and here I just copy this curly bracket, and here I just write balance and the value here. Okay, and here I just did a little mistake, so I just write balance, and here we have the double variable as a BAL. Now I just run this code, and we have an error here, which is I just write a balance here, and this is also a variable of the double, and now I just run this code. So you can see we have the flower value, which is the always on top, and it's a minus 20, then horn value, and then we have the Fayaz value, and at last the value of the daisy. So this is a smaller value, then higher, higher, and higher, and at the last the value with the double balance, which is 4256. Here I just create one another program to demonstrate the difference between the hash map and hash table. So class here, class name. So I just write the class name, which is test, and here I just import java.util, import java.lang, import java.input output library. Now I just go to the test class, and here I write public static void main, which is our main method. Now here I just write the code for hash table. So hash and then table, and this is integer and strings. Now ht, which is equal to new integer and string. Okay, so this is hash table, and I just create an object to my hash table. Now here I just write ht dot put, and the key here is 120, and the value is Fayaz, and yes, it's Fayaz. Now Here I just write ht dot put and 200 and then Khan. Okay, and here I just forget to write hash table. Okay, now here I just write the print statement, so system.out.print, and here the print line is hash table. Okay, and then I just go to the for statement and write a keyword which is map, entry which is k and v. So I just write here, I just remove this one, and then here just I just write m dot ht which is our object name, and then here I just write dot entry which is set here. Okay, now I just write system dot out dot println, and the print line here is m dot get key, and there's m dot get key, and then concatenation of m dot get value k and v. Now I just write the code for hash map. So integer and then a string, and integer and string which is hm, which is stand for hash map, and new hash map integer and string. And now I just write hm dot put. So here the integer is 100, and then it's a daisy, and then hm and then put, and the put here is 101, and the string here is daisy. Okay, so we have the value which is duplicate here. So now I just write whm dot put, and the put here, sorry, I just write the put all, so put, and then 102, and here I just write flower. Okay, now system dot out dot println, and the println here is hash map. Okay, and after that I just write for loop, and here I just write map dot entry, and the entry here is m hash map dot entry which is set. So this is an entry of values and the keys. So system dot out dot println, and the println here is m dot get key, and then plus, and then concatenation of m dot get value. Okay, now I just check the output for this code. So I just run this code, so you can see the hash map which allows a duplicate value here. And now you can see here I just write ht dot put, and then here I just write 120, and the value here is Fayaz, or I just write 121. So 120 is better. So you can see an exception, and here I just write flower, and right, yes, I just forget to write the semicolon here. So you can see hash tables cannot take the same value. It's just execute only the one value from these two. And here you can see the hash map takes allows the duplicates values. So the what are the difference between the hash map and the hash tables? Hash map is non-synchronized. It is not thread safe and cannot be shared between many threads without the proper synchronization code. Whereas hash table is synchronized. It is thread safe and can be shared with many threads. Hash maps allow one null key only and the multiple nulls value, where hash table don't allow any null key or value. Hash map is generally preferred over hash table if thread synchronized is not needed. So why hash table does not allow null and hash table, sorry, hash map does? To successfully store and retrieve object from a hash tables, the object used as a key must implement the hash code method and the equal method. Since null is not an object, it cannot implement these methods. Hash map is an advanced version and improvement on the hash table, which is hash map was created later. So this is the example of the hash table and the hash map differences. So